If I gave you my love, I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. You got to treat me good, and I'll be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I could do, baby. When you get right down to it, yeah. You're beautiful, and I wouldn't change one thing about you, yeah. Oh, 'cause you're beautiful, and I don't mind telling the world about you, yeah. You're beautiful. And what about the way you can love me, and the way you squeeze me? Simply beautiful.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets where hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We started over, so in case you're just a little bit confused about what's going on, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, and you can't see me because now I am. Ha ha ha. Sorry. That was probably an abrupt transition. So let me see. What do we want to do today? Let's make it look like when we switch that it's the Iris. They got a lot of new updates on the Switcher Studio. I'm seeing so many different tricks and trades and things. Maybe I'm going to have to spend the weekend chopping it up and doing my thing. But thank you all for sticking with us, tuning in. That's right, it is the Maze Jackson Show. Take a moment. If you know somebody that was looking for us, share the broadcast. Take a moment, let them know that it is that we are up and we are live and we are doing our thing. Y'all, so much going down. I don't even know where to start, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. Sophia King. First of all, did y'all know that song? The movie, the Warrior. What is it? The Warrior Queen. What is it?
The Woman King.
The Woman King. It's about the women in Dahomey. Did you know that the women warriors in Dahomey? You know why? Now I know why Lupita Nyong'o dropped out of it. It's white women wrote the story and they glorified it, but those women were some of the largest providers of slaves to the white people. And so it's like they rewrote their history as a story of glory, but the reality is their women warriors were one of the major facilitators of the transatlantic slave trade. Because I was going to call her the Woman King. Because yesterday, Riis, she put the smackdown on Mayor Lightfoot in City Hall. And I got the whole thing on video. We got the whole thing on video, and I may not even need to go to the other sources. I'm going to set it up myself, and I was on the city website. That's why, man, it's like, you know how you be on something, you be like, dang, they got all of that? We're going to get rid of old Craig because we can tell our own story now. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So yesterday in City Council, Sophia King gave the mayor a swift kick in the caboose. I think we may have seen what kicked off the American Revolution. Was it the Boston Tea Party? Well, or was it? Well, I thought we shot a British soldier somewhere. But somewhere across it's like the shot that was fired across the bow yesterday. And I got to get some theme music for the Mastradamus too. Because the Mastradamus be telling y'all the truth. Did I not tell y'all that as we got closer to the end of this season, that the mayor was going to have trouble passing anything in city council? Well, guess what? Yesterday, for the first time that I can remember since I watched Punch 9 for Harold Washington, which was last week. But the mayor did not get her picked for a chair of her committee. And it went down, and I might have to play the news because Sophia King snapped on the news after. She was like, Riis, you ever seen a fight where it's like one girl who be cool, love one person just be cool, they don't be trying to do nothing, and then it's a bully that always be picking at them, and picking at them, and picking at them, and then one day they turn around and be like, and you don't realize they can really fight, like, and they know how to whoop some ass. That's what happened yesterday. It was like, so because I'll tell y'all about this all, but it was epic, man. I know Chris Devine was like, I can't wait for the Man, I couldn't wait to come talk about it today. I had to do video archive search. I almost got up a little bit early, and even if I got up here and got here a little early, I still ran out of time trying to dig it up. So look, we're going to talk about that. We're going to break it all down. So we're going to spend about an hour on that. I ain't going to even lie. Because it's just, the timing is so just, Riis, yesterday. Oh, shoot. What's up, y'all? This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. You know I do it every day. I got thrown off by the technical difficulties. Let me say what's up to my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling on this Thirsty Thursday?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. It's good. It's Thursday already, man. It's quick.
Hey, man, it's Thursday. And by the way, today, I don't know if y'all saw, well, I haven't publicized it, but Maze and Carrie are not going to Dallas Productions. Is hosting our last minute Halloween party. So we got a video DJ. We're going to be doing our thing, and I'm going to be giving a chance away for some of y'all to come hang out with us as we throw our, well, not we, because it's not really me and Carrie. It's Maze and Carrie are not going to Dallas Productions. Yeah, right? Maze and Carrie are not going to Dallas Productions. Man, let me tell you who I do not want to be today, tomorrow, or Saturday. A Southwest Airlines stewardess. Man, because Chicago is going to Dallas. So for those of y'all that ain't going to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Because Riis, I'm sorry, I couldn't go to Dallas to go hang with the Chicago people in the bar. If we go to Dallas, we got to go to the game, cuz. Like, if we ain't going to the game, I'm not going. Like, not to say that it ain't going to be kicking it, but it's kind of like, are you doing it for the gram if you ain't going to the game? Anyway, let me not trip. Let me say this. Maze and Carrie Productions, Maze and Carrie are not going to Dallas Productions. We'll be giving away a couple pairs of tickets for a chance to come kick it with us this weekend. It's gonna be good. It's got a little bartender, you know what I'm saying? Got a little open bar, little food, little drink, a little you could costume optional.
Everything, look.
We got
I gotta be love.
Why everybody black? Why everybody stuff gotta be lil? All right. Look, man, it's gonna be a good weekend though. I plan, and man, the final. Hey, y'all. You might as well get your kick it on this weekend because this might be the last. You know how when people be like, when they get their new stuff, when somebody be like, I'm about to be acting brand new. This is gonna be your last weekend to be coming in to come into Obsidian with your shoes on. You have to take your shoes off at the door next week. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know. We might have to have slippers in that mud. Cause it's going down. So yeah, come on through. Be on the lookout for an opportunity to win. If you're interested, let me know. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Myself, Maze Jackson, my man DJ Riis the Ruler, who is blessed by the best. So let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Let me do this. I'm not even gonna take a break. I'm gonna blow through it because we really just got back on air. So I'm gonna just do my thing. Actually, let me say also, what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, 1570 AM. What's up to WBGX 1570 AM. You can also catch us on TuneIn app. You can call us every day, 872-259-7474. WBGX is the home of the Saints, the Big Gospel Express. Saints, you know what, Saints? Sometimes, let me apologize to my Saints yesterday. Saints, if you was with me, a demon came out and got on the phone. And sometimes, Saints, I gotta let you see, because we got to pray the demons away. Right? Saints, I need y'all to pray for me. Right? I need y'all to understand that that's not uncommon. Right? It's just you don't see it. And I really would have thought that when the demons know they own with the saints and they act up, they try to be cool in the church. But maybe I just felt like the saints needed to. That's why I need you to wrap me in prayer, saints. That's all I'm saying. All right? Y'all know as I go about here that I fight against princes and principalities and things unseen. And sometimes I just, you got to see it. Like sometimes if you look at my inbox, if you see the stuff I get from white supremacists, you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of crazy to me. Like that's kind of why I be so offended with these old titles and tags and stuff like that. Like it just be crazy sometimes. And it's like I be this look like why y'all even care what I say? I only got 300 people listening. Why do you care? If you don't care. But it's okay. So thank you, Saints, and please bear with me. Please, please, please. The demons was out yesterday. All right, Riis. Let me see what else I got on the news. Oh, Brandon Johnson announcing for mayor today. I think I ain't gonna even tell you, but Brandon Johnson is announcing for mayor today. Guess where at, Riis? Where is every black politician from when it's time to announce or when they tell their story?
Either the projects, the hood.
Which one,
Cabrini
though?
Green.
Which one? Cabrini Green.
You know how it is.
Cabrini Green.
That's what it all started from, man. You know how it is.
I be like, dog, y'all gotta stop going by Cabrini Green because it ain't here no more.
Right. Soon they gonna be like going to like nice big. This is where they gonna be like.
They gonna be like. I grew up in Old Town.
This is your struggle.
Look, this is right. Yeah, right. It's funny. It's funny because when you watch Good Times and you think like, what people, it is funny to tell. When I promise every time the Good Times, I be like, that's your house right there. She'd be like, man, if you don't get up out of here, no, that's where you live. No, yes. Can I tell y'all something? I had my granddaughter yesterday, y'all. I got to pick up from school and she, man, you know what she like? Ice cream! Oh, goodness. I'm going to have a good day today, so I ain't even tripping. Urban Prep overtaken yesterday. You know what, Riis? We're going to have to start. When another black institution comes down, you're going to have to be like, do-do-doom, doom, doom, do-do-do-doom, do-do-doom. And you got to get your applause ready because we got some more today. Do-do-doom, doom. So shout out to, well, let me not say shout out to. Just think yesterday they shut down Urban Prep. Not shut down, took over Urban Prep. So one more black institution in the city of Chicago. Riis. Another one bites the dust. I just think you take Urban Prep out of Inglewood, fam, and guess what? There's nothing, like you can't really plant a black flag there, which makes it fertile ground to do whatever you want to do. Can you imagine when Urban Prep becomes a Latino school? Oh, y'all acting like it can't be? Okay, all right. You been in Inglewood lately? All right, okay. That's all right. Man, Charlie, can you imagine? And watch, it's gonna be okay, I'm gonna stop. I'll be talking. I'll be quiet, but I'll be talking again. All right. I don't want to celebrate the demise of Urban Prep. I wonder if Pedro Martinez would have talked to Sophia King, who is the acting chair of Education Committee. Could they have avoided it? Probably why he didn't want to talk to her, but it's probably why yesterday's explosion happened. Man, it's a whole chain of events that we're going to talk about that happened yesterday. Hey, they caught the mayor in a lie on... I'm going to just show it to you. Riis, the mayor... I don't understand the mayor. Riis, like, I feel like when she get caught in a lie, she double down. She be like, she be like this. They was like, Mayor, you said, no, we voted yesterday. Mayor, there's a written record. You didn't vote yesterday. But it's like, it gets her out of the situation, and then it make people just go back and look and be like, I know I ain't crazy. So the mayor got caught in a lie yesterday. And so it's like you get caught in a lie on the spot, but the person who you lied to can't really prove it right there. So they knew that she said it, but you can't play the tape. Riis, we got the tape. It's not going to... And can I just tell y'all something? Do y'all remember how it felt so... I don't know if I told y'all about... God works in so many mysterious ways. I gotta tell y'all, God got me. When he say he will make your enemy your footstool. When he say, oh, I need somebody to tell this story to, but I can't tell y'all, but Lord Jesus, when this is all over and when this thing is all done and I can tell this story, y'all gonna be like, Maze, you are lying. And so you remember right now when I tell you that I'm gonna tell you this story, and I'm gonna tell it to you on the day after the election. I'm gonna tell it to you the day after the election. You're gonna be like, you know what, God love you. He sure do. That's why I get up every morning at 6:30. But I'm quitting. I'm quitting, so y'all get ready. Teamsters John Coley, Riis, got 19 months in prison for extorting the new movie theater. Said he was the, not movie theater, new to CineSpace. He rolled up on dude. He said he had him dropping like $10,000 a month, yo. Like in an envelope. Like, dog, don't bring my money. We shutting this whole joint down. Riis, I'm gonna tell you what. They only found $326,000. They just sold that boy for $1.6 billion. Now let me tell you the craziest part of this whole thing. CineSpace. I can't even tell you. Riis, the shenanigans that white people get away with, I be like, and we be going away for cabinets. A new refrigerator. They be like, could you give me a refrigerator with a TV screen on it? Mugs be like, I'll take the private jet. I want to be smart like white people one day. I'm going to figure it out, Riis.
Really gonna cancel you.
Oh, God. Speaking of cancel, Riis, give me a round of applause. Foot Locker has officially removed Yeezys from any Kanye-related items from all of their shelves. Let's give Foot Locker a round of applause. Let's do the black people touchdown dance. Because Kanye West has now been removed from all of the shelves at Foot Locker. Riis, hold on, though. It gets better. It gets better. Yesterday, Kanye went to Skechers. And they had him escorted out. Shout out to the CEOs and the executives of Skechers. Give them a round of applause for canceling that Negro. Negro doing on the neck. Thought he could be around here hanging out with these white people. Send them back to the Negroes. And you thought because you had Kim Kardashian that you was one of them? Shout out to every corporation in the country that has put that nigga in his place, Riis. Give me a standing ovation. Black people in the back, stand up. Stand up for the crucifix. Stand up for black male castration. Stand up. Stand up. Riis, that's not a standing round of applause. No. We know. Celebrate. Celebrate. Dag nabbit. Speaking of that, did you hear about the story about Hispanic Housing Development Corporation? Riis, do you remember Hispanic Housing Corporation? Development Corporation? Remember in the summertime, the three black ladies died from heat because they didn't have any air conditioning? Turns out that their building was managed by the Hispanic Housing Development Association. Now, Riis, it turns out that the air conditioner that they had on the roof wasn't even supposed to be outside. It's like, they put an indoor air conditioner outside on the roof with all of those black seniors in the building. Now, they just said that the autopsy revealed that they died from the heat joint, which means, Riis, that the Hispanic Housing Development Authority is responsible. Now, guess how much they got fined for? How much, Riis? How much is? Don't look at the paper. Don't look at the paper. How much would you say the value of three black women? Let me say their names because their names need to be said. Janice Reed, Gwendolyn Osborne, and Dolores McNeely. All three died of heat exhaustion, as the autopsy revealed. Hispanic Housing Development, how much money do you think the city fined them for those three deaths after finding that they had an inside air conditioner outside on the roof that was not adequate? How much do you think, Riis? How much does Black Lives Matter? Do Black Lives Matter?
I'm going to say either for 5 or 10K.
Each?
Total.
What if I told you the city fined them $1,500?
You know what? I was going to go with 1,000 at first.
$500 each.
I just was like, man.
Straight up, $500 each, fam. Now, this is what I'm going to say. The Hispanic Housing Development Company, Authority, whatever it is, I recognize that the city has only fined you $1,500, but they need to do right by those black families. Does that make, so I'm not tripping yet. But what I am suggesting is that those three black families, Hispanic Housing Development Authority needs to have a press release telling us that they and their insurance companies are making sure that those families are made whole. $1,500, Riis.
Well, I guess they probably fining them for
the air conditioner, not the lives.
Exactly.
Because the lives didn't matter, just the air conditioner.
That's a lawsuit. So I think if they
it shouldn't be a lawsuit. It should be the Hispanic Housing Development Authority should go to their insurance company, and they might have to go. They might have to have a lawsuit.
Yeah, because you have to really sort that out.
But I want something from Hispanic Housing Development Authority.
I mean,
I want to hear from them. No, yeah. But no. I don't.
I can get a double lawsuit.
I want to hear from them.
That's cool too, but I would sue the building or whoever I was living in, and then I would sue the people that manage it too. So I would get 2 lawsuits.
Now, I'm saying like this. And we don't need Al Sharpton.
And then you know what, man? I don't even want half the time I don't even want people to even apologize because I know it's not genuine. I know you're only doing it because that's what you do. You know, you mess up, you say nice things so they could think you're nice people to keep yourself in business and stuff. Apologize. We fired the person that was over it.
But somebody should get fired.
I mean, they get, hey, listen, dog, we're gonna fire you and we're gonna send you to another little partner corporation to keep it going. But we gotta, make it look clean. So I'm not even really like that.
I feel you.
Just cut my check, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so then Hispanic Housing Authority show up with a giant check.
As well as the place.
Well, that's the company, the
corporation.
But
sue the building as well because for them
they own the building.
That's a double. So sue the owners and sue the people that's supposed to be over it. I get a double whammy on them.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm just saying like this. They better get it. They better not just get to be like, and where's the mayor? Where's Tony Preckwinkle? Nobody? Where's the press conference over these 3 dead black people? I know. They don't really matter. Riis, they tried to get us yesterday. They tried to allow citywide booting in private lots. It got blocked.
It better.
I say they gonna get somebody hurt. Boy, you better be they need to practice that then. Can you imagine somebody booting your car sitting on a lot? But check this out. It ain't the city. So if Wally and them in the store got my car booted and they can get it off, Wally and them in the store gonna start having some problems. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you. Oh, Juan is hilarious. Hey, you know what I need you to cut? Look, I know that judge. And I try, like, we need to edit that so every time the mayor picks somebody that's against us, she can be like, look, I know that Proud Boy, right? Look, I know that, right? We should just turn that into like a, Juan, that was pretty funny. All right, let me, oh yeah. One more time, Riis. Get that round of applause one more time. One more time, big ups to Foot Locker and Skechers for keeping that nigga Kanye in his place. Please give him a big round. Thank you. All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, in the space. And that's what I want to do. Let's give Riis. I'm gonna try and squeeze this in before we get. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? This is the Maze Jackson Show, and we got a lot to talk about. Boy, the trolls are in today. You know they sicked them on us today because they want to. We're gonna be talking, and I think I got so much video that I'm going to start now. So, Riis, what I'm going to do is Nope. I'm not going to. I'm going to ask you to hit the button, and we are going to go.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
How does the Hispanic development housing and development make it right with the black families? Not the city. I saw somebody say, did we call Al Sharpton? Did we call Ben Crump? I truly believe that. Do you understand that? Just the outward perception of that? 3 black elders in the care of the Hispanic Housing Development Authority. Development Corporation. 3 people died of heat stroke, essentially. The city fined them $1,500. Riis, when I hear that, I wonder is there intentional neglect? Not intentional neglect. Benign. What is it? Benign apathy? What is it? Benign neglect. Riis, can you imagine with temperatures above 90 degrees being in a city of Chicago nursing home, multi-story, with no air conditioning? Can you imagine the body heat that is generated in that building on top of all of them people with all of them machines and all of that stuff and all the heat coming off of that? I often wonder, did anybody say anything to the CEO about the heat? Riis, turn the volume down and turn me up on the computer, because then, you know how we talk about the black and brown alliance, and I keep telling you that there's not one? That to me is a physical embodiment of one. That to me is a tangible example. And when I say it's a tangible example, it makes me turn it down for a second. It's a tangible example of why we cannot believe in the black and brown alliance. Riis, because I think here's what they think about us. Bring me up underneath. And this conversation plays in my head when I think about those people dying in the building and what they actually thought. You got me? Turn it up. It should be coming up now.
You want to cut a deal to Marquise. So getting back to Marquise, I told Danny, if you want to cut a deal and if you want to make like the boss moves, I would go after the airport. He goes, I love that idea. I said, tell Marquise,
so
go take it from his friend.
Don't go
after. Leave him alone. Yeah. Go get the airport from his little brother, that little bitch Bonnet.
Black people.
I go, what is with Bonnet? And I said, Bonnet thinks he's black. That guy don't think he's black. I go, he thinks he's black. I told her the same thing.
This kid is.
He goes, why are they so close? No idea.
He's from Massachusetts. This kid, the one here. This kid is the dumb.
He's black.
Yeah.
Lo trae así during Black History Month, lo lleva al council y lo pone acá en el, remember, it's an accessory. When we do the MLK parade.
Just like when
they used to have those statues in plantations.
Just like when Nori brings her little yard bag or the Louis Vuitton bag, and places
su negrito, like on the side, and lo trae, ¿verdad? You sit next to it, you don't know the other side. For MLK, for the parade that Herb used to organize, and we need all the council who wanted to join Herb on the float, because he used to do a whole float to be nice. Bonnie would be like, hey, Nuri, are you going to the MLK? Well, Herb invited me, yeah, I'll go. Okay, I'm bringing whatever the kid's name is. I'm like, it's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float. And then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not doing, the kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the floor, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And
he's a little monkey.
God. I'm over here trying to parent this kid. I'm like, you can't do that. I said no. And Mike is like, I'm like, you're not teaching your kid anything. It's me and Karen Bass on the floor trying to check this little kid. Me, Karen Bass, y la esposa de Marquise, Carrie. And we're all looking at each other because we're the three women on the floor. Like, who's gonna? This kid's gonna tip us over because he's literally hanging on the rails.
We can't let him off because the spectators will beat his ass.
Yeah.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? Ven para acá.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
But yes, he's the fourth black.
So anyways, getting back to redistricting.
Yeah.
So, Riis, when the black people are in the building in the care of Hispanic Housing Development Authority, should we be extra sensitive? Like, should we do, like, if we know, but we can't say, because we'll be considered anti-something. But how is it possible, Riis, that in a building trusted with the care of our elders, they got an indoor air conditioner on the roof? And is it because give it to the blacks, they're animals anyway? Right? Can we really trust the care of our people, especially our elders? And does the Latino community owe us a response? Like, that's no different than, Riis, To me, that is no different than our elders being run up into their places. Give me my volume.
For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. Somebody comes to them and says, I have powders. If you put up $3,000, $4,000 investment, we can make $50,000 distributing.
You put up you buy a 10-story building for a little bit of money, filled with black people, you can make a lot of money.
So they can't resist. I want to control it as a business, to keep it respectable.
I want to keep affordable housing respectable.
I don't want it near schools.
I don't want them around my schools.
I don't want it sold to children.
I don't want them around our kids.
That's an infamia. In my city, we would keep the traffic in the dark, people.
In my city, we'd give the bum air conditionings to the dark people.
College. They're animals anyway, so...
They're animals anyway.
Let them lose their souls.
Let them die in their apartments. It's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host. Does the Hispanic Housing Development Authority owe black people an apology? And how do they make it right for the black families? Riis, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host every day. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. When we come back, we're going to be talking about city council. But, see, Diane, I don't think it's just incompetence. And I don't think we can leave it to incompetence when we know that they think we're animals. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Sheehan for Senate. Patrick Sheehan is running for state senate in the 19th district, our district. The 19th district is where Pat and his wife are raising their 5 kids. As a husband, father, and football coach in our community, Pat is a positive example for our children. As your senator, Pat will slash property taxes, fight inflation, and make education a priority. This race is not about right versus left. It's about right versus wrong. On November 8th, vote for your future. Vote Pat Sheehan for state.
Mays Jackson.
Sometimes when you're very comfortable with white folks can convince you of how black people got it messed up. How we don't understand the real business. Do you understand the words that are coming out?
I'm so glad that the Lord, He keeps on blessing. Y'all, I must say, every day, He's making a way. In the city, blessed in the field, even when you come and go. I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing me. Y'all, I must say, in spite of, He just keeps on. Blessing me, in spite of me, He keeps on blessing me, blessing me. I don't deserve it. He keeps on blessing me, blessing me all the time. He keeps on blessing me, blessing me. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Can't make it unless you. We
Bless us now. In the name of Jesus. Please keep on blessing. That's what Grandmama said. Keep on blessing me. Anywhere that I stand. Anywhere that I stand. Keep on blessing me. In the name of Jesus. Thou son of David. Keep on blessing me. Have mercy, oh God. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis, and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Man, I had a great title for this segment today. But I figured y'all might cancel me if I used it, even though it was an appropriate double entendre. Riis, initially I was going to say, has the dam sprung a leak? But I was going to use a different word. But then I figured y'all might get mad at me or I might get in trouble and y'all would not understand the double entendre. So we're going to title this segment, Has the Dam Sprung a Leak? And first of all, does anybody give us a call? 872-259-7474. Does the Hispanic Housing Development Corporation owe black people an apology? Like Riis, did you hear when I did the Godfather thing? If you replace the drugs with the houses, I sometimes I feel like y'all don't get my humor, or not my humor, but my sarcasm. And I don't know if that was clear, because last time I tried to get y'all some sarcasm, I became.
Yeah, I was just reading. Nah, we're gonna stick with the damn.
But it is the correct word, though.
Disclaimer.
No, I'm not even. That's why you see it.
Disclaimer.
I'm disclaiming. I read that.
Mays Jackson is so long.
Wait, what's going on? Hold on. What is going on over here?
It's looking good to me.
Yeah, it's looking good. I just don't. My screen over here didn't update. All right, y'all. So, has the dam sprung a leak? Let me set this up. Have you ever heard the statement, what happens when you assume? It makes an ass out of you and me. Well, yesterday the mayor assumed, and she got made an ass, and it didn't have nothing to do with you or me. So yesterday I had the opportunity to talk to two people who were actually on the floor, who participated in the process to vote, and their stories were so much alike that I have to, and they were not opposing, but they were on different sides, but they both told the same exact story. So Riis, I'm gonna set up this clip of Sophia King and Mayor Lightfoot's exchange, and I'm going to play it all out because I think you got to see the history that was made. But essentially yesterday, Mayor Lori Lightfoot attempted to cross out another black woman for a gay white man. In case you didn't know, Sophia King is once Michael Scott stepped down as alderman, Sophia King, who was the vice chair, became the acting chair of the Education Committee. The Education Committee in which the CPS must report is due to report to. That's why it's one of the most important committees. Now, the other thing is the Education Committee has one of the biggest budgets, so it gives you the opportunity to have additional staff. Now, the reason that if you're the mayor, you want to have your own chair in that spot, Riis, is because when CPS doesn't do good or whatever, you don't want nobody that's your enemy in the spot. Well, what is Sophia King, Riis? She's running for mayor. And she's also the acting vice chair of the committee. Not acting vice chair, acting chair of the committee. So yesterday, Mayor Lightfoot attempted to cross out Sophia King, who was the acting chair, and replace her with James Kappelman, who is also retiring. Why, Riis? Because if I'm getting ready to pass out all the goodies to do what I got to do, and I'm going to show you an example of this a little bit later, then I need my people in place to do it. James Kappelman is on his way out, right? So what he's trying to do is make sure he stay in a good spot. Because what do you do when you leave in Riis? You pay for your next job. So now Kappelman, if he takes over education, he can go give out wonderful contracts and all the stuff. And if the mayor ain't going to be there, she's going to need her own people in the spot to be doing her thing. So yesterday, Mayor Lightfoot, in kind of what was some people could interpret as a sneak move, attempted to cross Sophia King out. But Riis, what is one of the most important things you must do in politics? You must be able to read and you must be able to count. And the mayor assumed that she could cross off the black woman, right, with a BIPOC, right, or a expanded vocabulary, another oppressed group, another marginalized person. So J.B. Pritzker was able to take out a black woman with a Latina. The mayor tried to take it another step further by leveraging her black womanness to toss the ball to a white man who also identifies as LGBTQ. So the mayor attempted to JB, but used her black women credibility and then the marginalized group to cross out who, Riis? What did I tell you people think is okay now? It's okay to cross out a black woman, which used to be sacrosanct, with a marginalized group, a people of color. The mayor leverages her people of colorness so that Sophia King can't say, oh, you played me because I'm a black woman. So now she tries to take that argument out because what is the mayor? Oh, I'm the most black woman of the black womanists. Now. But right now I am undercutting a black woman, which she has done on numerous occasions. For who? A white man, as she now tries to come to black people and say, I'm one of you. Did I make a little sense there? Just a little? All right, so that is the background for what we are about to see. I'm going to play the video all the way through, including the vote. And the reason that I think it's important is because there's going to be a point in history where they're going to look back on this. And this is, I feel like this is the Arab Spring of the city council. Ready? Here it goes.
Business. Chairman Harris has a resolution addressing city council committee membership.
The chair recognizes Chairman Harris.
Pursuant to Rule 36 and 41, I've submitted to the clerk a resolution filing for a vacant chairmanship. The resolution names Alderman Kappelman as the chairman of the Committee on Education and Child Development, copies of which have been distributed to all members. I move passage of this resolution by the same roll call vote previously applied to the first.
I think we should let the chairman finish reading, and then we'll have a roll call vote. How about that?
Applied to the first item of Finance Committee report and associated unsuccessful motion to reconsider.
There's been a request for a roll call. Mr. Clerk, will you please open up the electronic voting?
You are about to watch history happen.
Members, please register your vote.
Okay, voting is now open. Please hit refresh. The voting is open.
In case you all didn't know, City Council now has a board where you can actually see the votes. The first nay is Rodriguez Sanchez Rosanna. Carlos Rosa Ramirez, no. Maria Haddon, no. Andre Vasquez, no. Michael Rodriguez, no.
So I'm not sure that
the mayor is in the process of coming. The wheels are coming off.
I think you were
Jeanette Taylor is a no.
I don't know that I got to it, but I definitely would like one.
Did I talk through it? Excuse me. I talked through some.
Is that correct?
With the Jane Addams Senior Caucus, and I would go.
Wait,
we follow it up.
Approval of the journals.
This has a resolution addressing city council committee membership.
We're voting, it's too late.
Okay, I'm sorry. There you go.
Members, please register your vote.
Okay, voting is now open. Please hit refresh. The voting is open.
You're going to learn today. You are listening to City
Mrs. Alderman King.
Talk to this. We're voting, it's too late.
There's a roll call going on, so I'm not sure that debate discussion is appropriate since I think you were one of the people that called for a roll call.
I don't know that I got to it, but I definitely would like one.
The time for question and debate is over since the roll call has started.
Okay.
The mayor's coalition.
Difficulty registering their vote? Please raise your hand. And
please remember to hit refresh and cast your vote.
There's a new coalition forming as we see. You're watching history. Look at the red.
We have a couple seconds. We still have a couple seconds. Okay. Okay.
They're voting for the education chair.
Okay, Alderman Hopkins, Alderman Mitchell hasn't either. Alderman Mitchell, would you please cast your vote? Alderman Lee, have you cast your vote? Alderwoman Austin, have you cast your vote? Thank you. Alderman Tunney, have you cast your vote? Alderman Gardner, please cast your vote. Alderwoman Silverstein, please cast your vote. Alderman Tunney, have you cast your vote, or would you like to do a voice vote? Thank you. All right. Everyone has voted. Voting is now closed.
History.
The yeas are 18, the nays are 29. The motion fails. Anything more, Alderman Harris?
Well,
motion to.
This is history. Nobody knows what to do.
Chair recognizes Alderman Lopez.
Madam President, do we need a motion to consider this final?
I don't think there's a need for a motion to reconsider.
Fine, then I move to reconsider the motion.
This is to stick it to you.
One moment, please.
So Audrey, all of those people have to bring it. The mayor got to get them the goodies, because she going to have to do whatever she can to hold on to them.
Motion for reconsideration by Alderman Lopez. All those in favor of the motion for reconsideration signify by saying aye. All opposed say nay. The nays have it. Chairman Harris.
What do we do?
Now it's
the chair recognizes Chairman Irvin.
Move to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn on the floor. All those in favor of saying.
We got hearings.
You have public people who for budget hearings.
Yeah, but
they cut it off.
All those in favor? Let's do a roll call vote.
You're watching history. I'm sorry if you're on the radio and you're not. You're listening to history right now.
Okay. The motion to adjourn is withdrawn.
Let me just pause. Y'all, what you just witnessed or listened to was the first time since Harold Washington that a mayor has not gotten their committee selections. The mayor, now let's back up. If you were to, from what I interpret or from what I hear, Sophia King had been trying to meet with Pedro Martinez, the head of CPS. Pedro works for the mayor, who essentially the committee they work together, right? Pedro, though, because the mayor has always controlled the education committee, never had to listen to anyone else. And what every other alderman is seeing is recognizing is that if all of the staff can disrespect me, if I'm the chairman of the committee and you refuse to meet with me, imagine the gravity of Pedro Martinez refusing to meet with the chairman of the person that votes on part of your budget. So they have allowed the willful disrespect of the black woman, signed off by the mayor. You don't have to listen to her. So then what happened was the mayor tries to sneak Kappelman in by just ordinarily, like, can I tell you something? Most of the people, from all accounts, nobody really in city council really realized that that vote was going to happen. And Alderman King saw it on the agenda and then began to work the floor to all her colleagues saying, look, if she does this to me, whether you like me or not, it will happen to you. Sound familiar? Now I want you to pay attention to all of those names that the mayor was calling off that she needed those final votes. They're either, Riis, 15 people are leaving. So they ain't got nothing to lose. Remember what I told you about that? Maestradamus, 15 people are up. They ain't got nothing to lose. Then, so start there. Let's take a look at who the 15, what that vote is, and I haven't had to break that down. Now take the next step and think about the people that are staying that the mayor has disrespected, right? So now, and then leaving there the people that are running for mayor. Now, Tracy and Dr. Audrey are pointing out the people that voted with the mayor, right? Those people that vote with the mayor, what we should look at is that being her core base. Those are the people that, again, if you are a mayoral chair, remember, back in the day, if you was a committee chair, you got the most staff. It all came from the mayor. So you get to, the people that stuck with the, okay, let me back up because I'm getting over ahead of myself. The reason that you see people stay with the mayor, probably you need to cross-reference if they are committee chairs, right? Sophia King didn't get the goodies that come with the committee chair, right? When you're the committee chair, you get an additional budget. The budget for education is $180,000. You get to put $180,000 worth of staff on. That's 3 or 4 other people. So if you look at Adele, if you look at the people that stayed with the mayor, they're staying because they have staff, right? They have people that, because they were appointed committee chairs. Now the challenge is, while everybody, everybody has to pay attention to is, will this vote indicate that the city council will reorganize itself? Because if you look at that vote, those people could go have a meeting, Riis, get together and say, we've decided that we're now the committee chairs, and reorganize the city council on them. Y'all saw House of Dragons? Saw the last episode where they rearranged the whole family tree? And now you gotta, so now what the challenge is the people that are with the mayor have to make sure that there's enough balance that the other side don't get together. And guess who they got on their team, Riis? The master, Ed Burt. Y'all, I hope y'all watch the House of the Dragon, and Game of Thrones, because it's going down. Now let me continue this video, and I'm sorry I'm doing all this, and I didn't even have myself on the screen. All right, here we go.
The chair recognizes Alderwoman King.
Thank you, Madam President. This is exactly, what people don't want in the city. And I know that I've been asking the CEO, the president, the CEO of Chicago Public Schools to come in, to meet, to have quarterly meetings. That's bringing in the light. That's transparency. And you saw with my colleagues today, they would like to have them come here. We give them millions of dollars every year. I didn't want to turn this into politics, but that's what it is right now. We really need to have a transparent government where we allow folks to understand and hear from one of the most important bodies in our city, and that's Chicago Public Schools. So I don't understand why we have to, make this political. I am the acting chair. I reached out to the CEO. He has not returned my call. I assume it's under your orders. This is just not how government should be run.
Alderwoman King, don't make that assumption. and that's not appropriate.
Okay.
I have no knowledge of your contacts with the
Yes,
CEO.
you do.
So
If you want,
I'm not finished, but
so don't make that assumption, and please don't bring me into what is clearly a political issue for you.
no, I'm the acting chair. That is something that he should. I reached out to your chief of staff. I reached out to you. Not returned. We need to continue government no matter what's going on in the city. And I think grown people can agree to do that. And quite frankly, if you would spend more time attacking problems instead of people, we would be much better off.
Alderman King, you're out of order.
Thank you, Madam President.
You're out of order, and I'm not going to let you make a political speech on the floor because of your aspirations. If you have an issue, we should talk about it, but this is not the time or the place, ma'am. I started it. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Alderman King. I think people understand exactly where you're at. Alderman Mitchell.
Madam President, I am not aware of any further miscellaneous business.
The date and time of the next meetings?
I've handed the ordinance to the clerk setting the date and time of the next meeting.
It's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to break it all down. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to break it on down. I'm going to also play Alderman King post with Channel 7 or with all of the gaggle. I'm not allowed down in City Hall right now. I can't get my mic in. But I'm going to play what Alderman King had to say to the media afterwards. Look, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. I think we witnessed history. That's why I thought it was important for me to play the whole thing, because I do believe that you witnessed history. We're going to talk about it some more, and I want to also bring the whole concept of the black women in. Can y'all give me a call, too, at 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. I think Alderman King, you know what, I'm going to talk about it when I come back, because I saw some stuff a few weeks ago, and I couldn't believe. Anyway, we'll talk about it more when we come back. It's the Mace Jackson Show.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mace Jackson.
Sometimes when you're very comfortable with white folks can convince you of how black people got it messed up, how we don't understand the real business. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm telling you, I've been there. So you sit around, you be around people, and they be like, man, they don't understand the complexity. If anybody understands the complexities of moving weed, it's black people. Like, I'll never forget when I went up to the white guys when they was trying to figure out how they was gonna navigate around us. And Riis, they had this whole book about cannabis, and they had written it in this nice, pretty book that was bound, and they passed it out, and it was like they were legitimizing. I was like, dog, this is literally a manual on how to sell weed. Didn't we invent 3 for 10?
Stop playing with me, Smokey.
And we're 0 out of 200 in the state of Illinois with the most black elected officials.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question, I'm legit. I've been on the move. Make it do what it do. Ain't got nothing to prove. Redefining the cool, hey. I don't keep my drama, all my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the ruler, and y'all, we just witnessed history on the Maze Jackson Show. It happened yesterday at City Council for the first time in my regular life that I can remember. The mayor of the city of Chicago got her, I don't want to say her feelings hurt. Riis, she lost the vote for she lost the vote for her committee chair. Now, I think she did Sophia King kind of dirty, right? But I think she's used to being able to do that, which is to basically pull it. And it's like, it's gotta suck to know that the mayor can cross you at any moment. And I think that if it weren't Sophia King, you know what the mayor would have been saying? That they're doing this to me because I'm a black woman. And I think the mayor, do y'all know who James Kappelman is? This is what I want y'all to see. I'm gonna play the ABC 7 piece because I wanted you to see the official, and then I'm gonna let them chop it up, and I'm gonna play their story. This is a courtesy of ABC 7. I'm gonna play theirs, and I'm gonna give you the summary. And the reason I'm gonna play theirs is because they give you behind the city council chambers, but it also lets you see who the mayor was fighting for and against. Because the vision that we saw only focuses on the speaker. So what I want you to do is be looking at the city council, and I want you to see the reactions. All right, here we go.
Suddenly turned testy when the mayor called for a vote to install retiring Alderman James Kappelman into the vacant position of...
That is who the mayor was going to cross Sophia King out for. Right? Black woman. Riis. If this wasn't Sophia King, I gotta be honest with you, the mayor would have played the race card. And you know I don't like to say, but the mayor would have definitely played the race card. She would have been like, y'all, and black people would have been screaming, oh, y'all only did that to her because she was a black mayor. But it was a black woman that she was willing to do for a white man again.
Chairman of the Education Committee, that failed by an 18-29 vote. Mayoral
I need to also help y'all understand. 18-29 with 3 absent. Riis. The mayor is 3 under. 3. She could essentially not get anything done for the rest of city council. Guess what she got to do now, Riis? She got to find 3 people on the other side that she hasn't offended.
Candidate Alderwoman Sophia King, who's the vice chair of the committee and wanted the position, had been pushing for CPS CEO Pedro Martinez to commit to quarterly updates for the council.
The mayor allowed Pedro Martinez disrespect the highest ranking woman in education in the city. Latino male, you don't have to respect her. Who you trust more with your interests of your kids?
Well, I am the acting chair. I reached out to the CEO. He has not returned my call. I assume
he ain't returned. The chairman of the committee, the people who will provide your budget. See, this is when you allow the wanton, the willful disrespect of your own people, and what everybody else in the space has to get is that if she will, the mayor has demonstrated she will do you.
It's under your orders. This is just not how government should be run.
Alderwoman King, don't make that assumption, and that's not appropriate.
Okay.
Things only escalated from there.
And quite frankly, if you would spend more time attacking problems instead of people, we would be much better off.
Alderman King, you're out of order.
Thank you, Madam President.
You're out of order, and I'm not going to let you make a political speech.
Look at who got the mayor's back.
On the floor because of your aspirations.
She started it.
After the exchange, King denying any political motives, blaming the mayor.
She chose to attack me because I want to bring the CEO in to talk about Chicago Public Schools. That's within my right as acting chair. So now you're going to appoint a new chair so that we don't hear from CPS? Who's playing politics?
The mayor saying the vote against her choice of Kappelman was a reflection of the current political environment.
Jim Kappelman is a good man.
Hey, Riis, get my Aunt Jeanette. Hold on. And I want y'all to pay attention what the mayor got standing in the background because we're gonna come back. How did she do it? Let's do it, Riis.
Good man.
Wait.
He's a former teacher himself.
Now go back.
And I watched that video.
I know that white man. She just Anjanette Young.
You need to tell me what you're looking for. What are you looking for?
Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Stop.
Former teacher himself. He has tons of experience in education, He has a teacher himself. He is a former good. Kappelman is a good man. 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 He is a former teacher himself. He has tons of experience in education, a compassionate heart, and is somebody that I have total confidence in. So today was politics at work.
While
Riis
suddenly turned testy when the mayor called for a vote.
I guess my question becomes, when have we seen the mayor defend anybody black but herself? I just gotta add, just like the only time black people are to be offended in this city is when it's her. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Am I crazy? Fam, I don't know how the mayor gets to keep being the black person when every opportunity she has to demonstrate, she always sides with the other team. Can you give me an example of when the mayor has defended black people? Every white man is a good man. Look, she knows all the white people. She can vouch for every one of them, how good they are. And then tell your kids, go home. But I'm crazy. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. Call you on the Mays Jackson Show. What's up?
Good morning, man.
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man? Anthony, don't have your therapist call us, man. I'm already on the third rail.
No. Hey, she's a friend of the show too.
Hey,
anyway,
therapist. Okay,
you
go ahead.
notice how. Anyway, you notice how the mayor always has to go and get a police chief out of Texas, the board education director out of Texas. She gathers these people up because, like herself, she's not from Chicago. They're not from Chicago.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, they not.
But she goes out of the state to get people for these high positions, and she controls them. They don't know the South Side from the West Side. They got no real, stake in what's going on here. Because they know as soon as she leaves, they do too.
All right. You're right, Ant. I'm going to take that. All right. That's my man, Anthony, on the live line. Y'all, I want to ask you, when has the mayor sided with black people? Right? When has a black issue? Yeah, I got it. When?
Let's move on. Move on. Let's go now. Let's go. You want to take this virus back to your house and get your mama sick? Let's move on.
Hey, y'all out over 20, y'all ain't need to find a screw. You talking about go home, you go home.
That's not me. From the mouths of babes. Yo. So, here's what I need for y'all to see that I saw. And this is why, in my estimation, Sophia King is the mayor's kryptonite. See, the challenge, whenever given a chance, Mayor Lightfoot picks everybody but black. And I gave you my psychology of this, which is being a smart black person in a white world, especially with the challenges, with being different in the time that she came up of loving other people. Riis, it's very easy to develop a dislike of your people. She kind of reminds me of how y'all feel about Kanye. Right? Like, whenever given a chance, she proves that she puts on the White Lives Matter shirt. And then when she gets rejected, then she comes back and becomes black. Of course they're going to attack me as an openly gay, lesbian, black woman. And yesterday, she lost her failsafe in the fight. Why, Riis? Because you can't out black woman a real black woman. And so now what we see, let me tell you what I see, Riis. And then let me tell you the other thing I saw. Did you see all the white aldermen from the north side? They with Tunney, man. So check this out. Tom Tunney, white boys up north. White people up north. Sophia King, white Lakeshore liberals and progressives. Chuy Garcia, Latinos. Brandon Johnson, Willie Wilson, Cam Buckner, Rod Sawyer, black people. Where does the mayor go, Riis? Who has the mayor defended? Let me tell you, the mayor crossed, from what I hear, she crossed one of her most loyal supporters in Derek Curtis. Now, he was absent yesterday. Riis, the mayor's got a problem. And now, if you look at that and you're a betting man, how does the mayor raise money in this environment? See, if it was me now, see that, like, could you imagine the coalition if the mayor, the people in there, you got the socialists, the progressives, retirees, and pissed off at the mayor group. Riis, they could essentially say she passes nothing else until election. And now here come the trolls. Here come the paid ops, because now the black vote counts. Now you got to be black. And wait till you see the new trick for the black people. I got some great stuff at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be sharing some content from a page that I hope will set up this situation. But I guess my question is, how does this work now, Riis? The other thing that I noticed in that situation, that Monique Scott and Nicole Lee, Riis, two of the mayor's appointees, two people that the mayor appointed as aldermen in the last 6 months, voted against her as well. Which means that they know that she can't save them in their areas. And now, Riis, as the money continues to dry up, how do you fear the mayor? Why? If the mayor can't beat you into a hole, and now she can't even win the city council, let me tell you what else will happen, Riis. Can I tell you the bad part of this? What it shows to me is that the mayor does not have an operation. You know why it shows me that the mayor doesn't have an operation? Because, Riis, why would her head of governmental affairs allow her to be embarrassed on the floor in her own city council? If a rebellion is going on, if a mutiny is happening, and this is what, for my super sleuths should pay attention to, is we gotta play both sides. Here's where I tell you, you gotta be smart. Remember how Ruthie was telling us the meeting gotta be secret? Well, check this out. Typically, when there is a rebellion going on, usually somebody knows that the rebellion is going on and gives the captain a heads up, or goes and tells the white man it's something happening. Riis, you don't get 29 votes without somebody knowing that you ain't winning. Nobody said nothing. Nobody. Even the people that stuck with the mayor, Riis, all them people sitting next to each other, they was talking. She went to every person and said, so while Sophia King is walking the floor, lobbying her colleagues, nobody from your intergovernmental affairs group says, what is she doing? Why is she... Okay, I know this sounds really crazy, but do you know that when Mayor Daley was in the City Hall, and even Rahm, you couldn't have a meeting damn near without somebody from their office sitting in? Riis, do you know that in City Council, you're supposed to have somebody monitoring all of the aldermen so that if something is cooking, you know? You're never supposed to let the mayor walk into a scenario where she gets defeated on the floor. You pull it off the floor. You pull it. You say, take the agenda item off. You don't embarrass all of the people that stood up there and voted for you when you know you don't have the votes. You don't do it. Because you know what the first thing everybody did? Just like Audrey, just like TNT. They say, oh, who stayed with her when the team went the other way? But I think y'all got to pay attention that, right? Nobody said nothing. Nobody said what's supposed to happen when that is your floor leaders, your team is supposed to be like, hey, man, something cooking. You better, right? You saw, somebody's supposed to say, timeout. Look, we need to adjourn. We need to take a timeout. We need to quit. We need to blah, 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 because we need to go. How many times have you seen a city council meeting stop? They go back behind chambers, and then they come back. The mayor's whole team failed her. Thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Now, the show is going to take another level. The show is going to take another level after this. It might have it's going to get a little colorful. But I must tell you that, tune in if you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Riis, what I want you to do is take a quick break, and then we're going to go to the top of the hour, and then I'm going to play a video that I hope is not offensive. I'm going to offer a disclaimer. I'm sharing content from another YouTube page that I think is the perfect setup for what happened after City Council. So, Riis, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. A super quick break, and let's come right back. It's the Mays Jackson Show.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Coming to Allstate Arena November 3rd through 6th. Free parking for all ticket holders. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. It's What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson. The most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, and Riis. I got some more video that I want to show. So I'm going to put up a disclaimer right now. This video I found on YouTube to set up this. It was by Dormtainment. They have 1.3 million subscribers, but I thought that this video was appropriate, and I want to use this as the setup. Now, to ladies, this is purely for comedy. If you are easily offended, I want to please warn you, this is a trigger warning. This is about, the title of this is, The First Time I Went to a Strip Club Where All the Strippers Were 50 Years Old and Up. I'm only going to play a segment of it, and then I'm going to go into my next segment. Riis, you ready? You got me on? All right, look, you nervous? I'm nervous too, but we're going to try it out anyway. Amen. Ready? Here we go. Thank you to the video courtesy of Dante.
Or dance. And I'm looking at all the strippers in here, and I'm like, no. But if I am to get a dance, I want Blondie. So Blondie was the most famous stripper in this strip club because she worked there for 3 decades. She was a black lady with blonde hair, and what she was known for was she would just crush her breasts. And that was like what people went to see. So I was like, I guess I want Blondie. But for some reason, I can't remember why I didn't get Blondie, because all my memories remember the stripper I actually got. So I got this white 60-year-old grandma, but to be honest, she could be 20 because, you know, some white people age like bananas. So she could be wrong. So she was definitely like late 50s, 60s or whatnot. So she tells me, center your chair. So I'm like, all right. So I pull my chair from the table and I center it, and she opens my. Forget this. The first thing she said to me, she said, hold on, let me take off my heels so I can center of gravity. I said, what? She said, yeah, I get my center of gravity. I'm like, gravity? In my head, I'm like, am I about to get a dance from talking about gravity? I ain't never hear nothing about gravity in a strip club. So I'm like, all right.
So I know y'all like, I hate Maze, but I need to do that because, and I need to pause him because I'm like, oh, I can't do them both. So Riis,
if you want weak, you know what I'm saying, WHW, just say that. Like, what?
No. It was because so funny. I think, first of all, we got a caller. Let me take the caller, and then I'm gonna come back. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show? What's up?
Hey, what's going on, bro? Good morning, family.
All right,
good morning,
Reed. Hey, man, yesterday you did the Bears, then you started disrespecting the brothers, man. So now don't start with that again.
Hey, man.
Don't start.
Hey, bro. I would like to apologize, man, and to the listening audience as fellow Christians. I need you all's forgiveness for my transgressions. I was disrespectful, and I need the people that I offended to forgive me, bro. So that's all I can say. And I need, cause I really want to come to the spot for the Halloween party, and I really need, I need a pass so I can get in. So I'm asking the group to give me a pass, because otherwise I can't get in. And I really, really, really want to go because I'm a Bears fan, and I didn't go to Dallas.
Okay. So
I'm just.
You right at the edge. You right at the edge. Now look, you right at the edge. So stop right there. Back up slowly. We trying to get you a pass.
Back it up. All right. So, yes, the city council meeting, everybody, please watch these meetings because, we be in there cutting up. They caught her again in the lie. And it's just funny, like, because, the brothers, we don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? So, we try to be as truthful and honest as possible. And this is just giving people bad looks. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, bro, real quick, shout out to BP1, man. Thank you all. It was a great meeting last night. I think we have the workings of a viable plan to kind of educate people and bring people out of the community to, let's start working on political unity. So if you want to be a part of something greater than yourself that can actually create a wider platform, reach out, you know what I'm saying? And so thank you for that. And we'll be giving you our briefing. What's up?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just waiting for you to slip. Go ahead.
No, ain't no slipping, man. I just needed the community that I offended to forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And because that's what I need. That's what was on my spirit this morning, bro. Forgive me.
They'll vote on
it. And you got to forgive me.
They got to vote on it Friday at 7:00, man. I'll let you know how I go after that. All right, man. That's Devin. That's Devin Gordine. He is the president of BP1. Look, is anybody else on the line? All right, cool. Riis. So, did y'all miss my the reason that I played the clip that I played before I did was because I don't know if y'all saw what happened after City Council yesterday. And I'm going to play this real quick. You got me, Riis? Oh, it's me.
Yeah. Our Alderman and Chairman of the Budget Committee, Pat Dowell. So to make sure that Chicago stays the course when it comes to creating accessible, equitable, and inclusive opportunities for our residents. And joining me today are Alderman and Chairman of the Budget Committee, Pat Dowell, Chicago Reader publisher Tracy Bain, Indigo publisher and founder Dr. Hermine Hartman, and the many representatives from local media outlets joining us in the audience. I neglected to also notice that Chairman Michelle Harris is also here with us today. So you might be wondering why all of these folks from local, neighborhood, and community outlets are standing with me here today. So let me explain to you why that is. I will be signing an executive order regarding the share of city advertising dollars that are spent with community media outlets. The executive order will not only expand the reach of this important and timely information to residents, but also support journalistic endeavors by increasing the amount of city advertising dollars to these publications by hundreds of thousands of dollars on an annual basis. And the idea for this executive order came out of conversations I had over a year ago with some of the leaders that are joining me here today. And yes, Hermine, you were the one who brought this to our attention. Chicago is proudly one of the most diverse cities in the world, and it's only right that the city government honors that diversity by supporting local media outlets that our communities rely upon every single day. And with due respect to some of the journalists that are in the seats, these are the folks that are making it happen in the neighborhoods. These are the folks that people are increasingly relying upon, and we have an interest in making sure that hyper-local coverage remains vital in our city, and we do that by putting our money where our mouth is. That's why the executive order is rooted in equity, and it requires that all City of Chicago departments spend at least 50% of their total digital and print advertising budget with community media outlets in Chicago. This will ensure that city communications and information on programs are accessible to all of our residents, no matter their circumstances. Importantly, it will also serve as an economic boon for many of our local media outlets, many of which haven't received the attention or the funding that they truly deserve, given the service and role that they play in communicating with our residents. For our diverse residents, this executive order will provide important opportunities to strengthen their relationship with the City of Chicago. and stay up to date on any and all city initiatives and announcements. This effort comes after significant collaboration between my office, the Department of Law, the Department of Finance, and the Office of Budget and Management, as well as with these local media outlets. And it follows the New York City model that was established through a similar executive order back in 2019. By requiring their departments to spend 50% of their marketing dollars on community and ethnic media, New York City was able to see a reported $10 million of new money spread across 220 publications in 36 different languages.
Let me pause you there. Do y'all understand what that is, first of all? That's, first of all, an opportunity to try and buy the media. Did y'all remember when I read y'all that so do y'all understand how the black media works in Chicago? I'm gonna explain it to you. In Chicago, almost none of the black publications are considered advertising. What do I mean by advertising? Typically, they buy because of reach and frequency, right? So how many people can you reach? How often? Then they buy commercials on your show, your station. They buy ads in your publication because they know that you have readership, that you have the juice, right? Like that your audience, the people who want to reach black men and women 45 to 64 would come to Mays Jackson, and I would say buy this many radio spots, and if you buy 3 times, etc. And it is based on the commercial buys, okay, for white outlets. For black media, they don't want to be measured, so we go into the community budget. So instead of buying because of your reach or frequency, we buy because you are the community outlet. And so people have, it is the right black thing to do. And so for years, our media entities did not grow. Now I'm telling you the entities have changed, but our media entities did not grow because to major joints because they did not grow to major joints, Riis, because we weren't selling advertising. We were selling, you should be on our station, you should be in our publication because it's the right thing to do, and we are the black faces. Remember the strippers? Right? The strippers at 50 used to be the hot chicks at 20. But now they're 50. Get it? So now, the mayor, having torn her draws with white media and having no money, right? Because remember, her fundraising is dried up to a trickle, and now everybody's looking at the math, and she just got defrocked yesterday. Riis, the mayor now has to figure out, how do I pay for advertising with no money? Guess what you do? You then say, I'm going to use my city budget, and I'm going to go to every department, and I'm going to tell you to take out ads in all of the black publications, in all of the minority, in all of the small media outlets. So now I'm going to go to the Arab American Times. I'm going to go to the black publication in Chicago, which I would argue is the Tribe. But instead, remember my man, this is who is taking the face of black media in Chicago. Let me continue. You ready? Let's go.
And next we welcome Dr. Hameen Hartman to the podium.
Hi, my name's Hermine Hartman from Indigo Media. So Tracy did academic work. I did political work. When I read...
Did you hear that?
An article in the New York Times that said the mayor was going to give community press equitable dollars to budget. And in doing so, he really saved community press. And I called the mayor's office to find out how he did it, what he did, and I wanted to see the legislation, the executive order. And when I got it, I called Mayor Lightfoot and said, let me tell you what they're doing in New York. And thank goodness that she was receptive to it. This is an equity move. We get the press releases from the agencies, but we don't get the marketing from the agencies. This is not an increase in budget, but it is equity within. And the community press will benefit from this, but most of all, the citizens of Chicago will benefit from this because the news will be pushed out. And as we live in this world where news is changing very, very rapidly, it's a very important step. This is a historic day, and Mayor Lightfoot, I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you so much. And thank you, New York, for taking the initiative. And Chicago is not the second city. We will do this probably much better than New York.
Oh, wow.
And there it is, Hermine Hartman throwing down the gauntlet. We will take your questions.
Thanks a lot, Mayor. Members of the media.
So I want to pause right there. As a member of black media in Chicago, it is my hope that we don't do it again. That we don't allow ourselves to become the new 304s. I'm going to play another clip when black media was taken advantage of and used as a shield. I also want to point out that the mayor did that immediately following trying to cross a black woman out for a white man, and then propped up. Then black women went and stood behind her after she disrespected. You know, let me do this real quick, and then Riis, I'm coming back to my computer.
Your office says that you invited black and brown journalists to this round of interview. Why? I'm happy to vouch for Craig Wall, for Heather Sharon, and others.
Well, look, I think in this one day, when we are looking at the 2-year anniversary of my inauguration, as a woman of color, as a lesbian, it's important to me that diversity is put front and center.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot defending her most unusual decision to only invite black and brown journalists to her office for one-on-one interviews. The move infuriated the mostly white City Hall press corps. The outrage exploded on Twitter. One Latino newspaper reporter wrote he agreed to the sit-down but backed out to make a point.
If I, as the black woman mayor, the first ever, don't challenge us, the collective us, to do better, to really make sure that in every institution, it reflects the diversity and nuance and texture of our city, then shame on me.
Mayor Lightfoot is known to clash with opponents or those who question her. Reporting on leaked emails revealed the mayor, upset about critical reporting and commentary, canceled her Chicago Tribune subscription. There are some folks you've been feuding with, some of them my white colleagues. Some people look at this as sort of a payback.
It has nothing to do with that. The facts are the facts. Look at the people who cover City Hall.
Charles Thomas knows the City Hall beat well as a former television political reporter. He says although newsroom diversity is an important topic, he questions the mayor's timing.
This is a distraction. Instead of talking about crime, talking about
disarray in her administration, talking about education, talking about city finances. We're talking about this.
In our one-on-one, we discuss police reform, an elected school board, COVID's impact on businesses, and much more.
Riis, I don't want to repeat the cycle. Riis, that was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. And she is just now discovering 3 months prior, 3 months prior to getting put out of the spot, or potentially getting put out of the spot. Now she cares about black media. And then let me be clear, and I want to point this out, and this is why I played the stripper video in the beginning. Riis, hold on. Oh yeah, Riis, I gotta be honest with you and tell you that I believe that there is a vibrant new black media. And I want to challenge the new black media not to get pimped again. When the mayor wanted to hide from white media because she was under scrutiny in 2 years, as the guy in the video said, she then came to us and said, black only. Black only news outlets. I'll let you do interviews with me. And then as soon as the firestorm went away, Riis, nobody black got any money. Now, facing a campaign challenge and having no money, just minutes after disrespecting and trying to cut out a black woman for a white man, she then stands up our old black media because now she needs a new shield for her black womenness. See, I feel like yesterday the black women that stood up should have said, Mayor, we might have to do this press conference a different day. You just got through disrespecting and trying to take down one of ours. But again, it's then becomes the young people, the old people saying, get them young people out the way, let me take it. And I would challenge, Riis, we have a vibrant black media community. And I would challenge that vibrant black community, media community, for us not to repeat what we just saw. We heard from the tribe. We heard from all of the organizations that told us that when Mayor Lightfoot put them up there and used them. And I think of us standing here, right? And here's here's our leader. Here's the leader of the organization who got the deal. This is the person who got the deal, right?
80 outlets, 6 languages, city and sub project head, who I cannot thank.
Taken today during City Council were done, obviously, as is our mantra, and the value that we try to live every day in this administration with equity and inclusion involved. And with that, I'd like to invite Tracy Boehm up to say a few words. Madam Boehm.
Thank you. So my name's Tracy Boehm, and I'm publisher of the Chicago Reader and founder of the Chicago Independent Media Alliance, known as SEMA, a project of the newly nonprofit Chicago Reader. With me today are many of the members of SEMA, as well as the co-directors, Savannah Hewley, and our founding co-director, Yasmin Dominguez, who I cannot thank
Who? The founders ain't black.
enough for the incredible work she has done on this project. 3 years ago, we partnered with City University of New York, Craig Newmark School of Graduate Journalism, Center for Community Media, to learn from their efforts to push for equity in New York City agency advertising and marketing dollars. They helped us do our FOIA.
I'm going to stop right there. Guys, we have a robust black media community that has been developed out of necessity. And I recognize that there is going to be city advertising thrown around to stand you up. But I got to help you understand that this is the mayor's been the mayor for 4 years, and now in the last 4 months, she is declaring that 50% of all media go to the black companies. Riis, you know, the Herald Watch said, take the money. But don't stand up there. And it's like we proudly run. I don't want black media. I don't want to look up 20 years from now and the Mays Jackson show and all of the shows and all of the people that have built their brands. Riis, we had a whole ton of brands that started here that have gone on to blow up, that are still doing their things, that are tremendous outlets of information, whether we agree or not. But the idea that we're going to stand up and do the old dances again and be played again and be marched out to stand up on stage in front of, I don't want to be the old people at the club talking about get out the way. I get them colored boys in line. I would challenge the new black media to not get on the pole. I would challenge the new black media to look at that and say that's not who we are. Look, man, I'm not a journalist. I am not. But I recognize my space in sharing information to people. But you also recognize that it's only going to be the outlets that's going to dance. So now you know if you look at anything up there, you're going to, because it ain't no, let's be clear, it ain't no separation between editorial and sales in the black places. That's why we've always been able to be bought. That's why you see black people getting sponsorships, not selling ads. That's why as soon as election season is over, black media dies. Because they not buying your advertising, they buying your 3-month program so I can get by. Our businesses don't thrive. The model that our old guard uses is buy me because I'm black. You know you're going to need the black people. The mayor's proved to us time and time and y'all. And then here goes my other challenge. Y'all gonna line the black women up to stand up behind the mayor after she just undercut a black woman? Like, y'all, our elders seem hell-bent on killing, on proving that there is no continuation beyond them. You want to impress me, but you ain't trying to impress me. So you trying to tell me them publications ain't finna be like, oh, she's our champ now? With 4 months to go? So you mean to tell me in the most equitable, diverse place? And can I tell y'all the other part? The other part is, do you know why she's also doing this? To diffuse the white media that is now about to be on a full-on onslaught. Let me play the press conference for you, because when have you heard? Check this out. We're going to keep on playing it, but this is a continuation of the mayor's press conference from yesterday.
Thanks a lot, Mayor. Members of the media, Amanda and I will bring down the mic. One question per reporter, because we do have a large number of reporters here with us. So
pay attention, the number of questions per reporter has been cut, because now with this new media thing, they are now filling up the room with Africans and Arabs and Chinese and everybody else, diluting the traditional big media that's going to be asking her the big questions. But what else do they do, Riis? They run out the clock. They run out the clock. And if you're an immigrant, what you going to say bad?
let's kick it off with Aaron.
Oh, hi. For the mayor, can you please explain what's going on between you and Jeanette Taylor about this supposed housing of asylum seekers from Texas in a elementary school in Woodlawn? It's a he said.
Tracy, TNT, this is for you. I think it's important that we just listen to this press conference.
She said situation, as far as I can tell.
Well, I'm not going to get into he said, she said. The fact of the matter is that from August 31st, when the first busload of migrants came to our city, we stepped up, as we should, because we are a welcoming city, and we can't be a welcoming city in word only. We have to do that in deed. Obviously, as the...
I want you to understand that all this time she got black people standing up behind her. The new black media, we don't want to be the old strippers. Do you hear this? So our community that's supposed to be keeping us alert, our media is standing on the stage supporting this.
Number of buses came. We worked feverishly around the clock in many instances to make sure that we had adequate facilities to accommodate the residents that were coming from the border to our city. As a part of that process, we identified opportunities across our city to open up additional housing and support options. And we looked at a lot of available spaces, one of which was a school, a closed school in Alderman Taylor's ward. That's where it is. We looked, we evaluated it, we conferred with her, and conferred with community members. I'm hoping, frankly,
Tracy,
that we're going to continue to see that no more buses coming to her.
Why she lie, dog? You know damn well that man said the buses ain't stopping. We hope that we ain't going to see no more buses coming. Why lie?
City.
And she did call them residents.
But we're going to continue to work hard to make sure that we support the migrants.
Mariah, WBGX.
A school, a closed school in Alderman Taylor's ward. That's where it is. We looked, we evaluated it, we conferred with her, and conferred with community members. I'm hoping, frankly, that we're going to continue to see that no more buses coming to our city.
What did she say? She hopes we continue to see no more buses coming to our city. They're coming every day. Why lie?
But we're going to continue to work hard to make sure that we support the migrants.
Mariah, WBGX.
Hi, Mayor.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you? Why not appoint Sophia King as education chair, given her experience as vice chair and acting chair? And what does it say about the council's confidence in you that they would vote down your appointment today?
What does it say about our black media standing on the stage while the mayor just tried to gut a black woman for a Latino person and a white male?
Well, I think it really is a reflection of the politics that we live in right now. Jim Kappelman is a good man. And I watched that video. This case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter was handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Oh my God, this cannot be right.
Today.
Well, I think it really is a reflection of the politics that we live in right now. Jim Kappelman is a good man. He is a former teacher himself. He has tons of experience in education, a compassionate heart, and is somebody that I have total confidence in. So today was politics at work, but we've got to get back to doing the business of the people, and I'm confident that we will get him approved as education chair.
Can you say what do you mean by politics at work? What do you mean?
I think you can figure that one out.
Justin Lawrence?
Yeah, just to follow up on Mariah's question, none of the aldermen I spoke to after the meeting had, this wasn't a vote against Jim Kappelman. They didn't like the process that you brought this forward. They said they were blindsided by it. They didn't know about it until today. Could you have...
That's also not accurate. There was a committee vote and rules yesterday.
Wait, pay attention because she's about to get caught in a lie again, right? And the thing about this is like, I'd be like, you do realize there's a written record. Let's do this again.
This was approved by the city council and then brought forward today.
I'm sorry, this was not brought up in the Rules Committee yesterday.
I believe that it was.
Thank you, Mayor. Anwar?
Thank you, Mayor.
Sorry, sir, I don't think I know you. Can you tell me who you are?
My name is Anwar Jabran from Chicago in Arabic, but one of the members of SEMA.
So now, guys, pay attention to this one, too. This is important. The pie is about to get cut again. The mayor's announcing it as the black media is standing on the stage.
Circling to the executive order. So I'm from Syria, immigrated to Chicago, living here, and we started this platform for Arab Americans in Chicago, which is a very active minority group here. We would love to see if there's any plan to include the Arab Americans as part of minority groups in terms of business support, in terms of other benefits that other minority group getting in Chicago.
That's in the works.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You heard it?
We'll move on to U.S.
Why the black people standing on the stage, getting their center of gravity.
Say Today, Africa?
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor.
I need you to also understand. So you now have two questions from the diverse communities that are part of this coalition that are now interspersed in the gaggle that Riis, they can use to say, we're being inclusive, and if the white reporters or the traditional media outlets push back on it, then they can call them racist, right? That's why you got to have the black women on the stage now, because you can't. Your black women card was gone. Now, the other thing is, and I want you to listen to this question, because what I want you to understand is the premise it's to run the clock out.
Okay, I'm the publisher of Africa USA Today magazine online. For the past 3 weeks, I could not sleep because of what I heard about the February 2023 election. How do you feel? I mean, I know this is not the right place to discuss that.
I'm sorry, you couldn't sleep because of what? I'm sorry?
Because of what I heard about the mayoral election in 2023. How do you feel about mayoral election in next year? How do you feel about that?
To be at this press conference.
Are you asking me about the municipal elections next year?
Yeah, the mayoral election.
Oh. Well, obviously I felt like I should win. And we're going to work really hard, as we have been, to make the case to voters that I'm deserving of another 4 years. We take nothing for granted. We're going to have to work our tails off. But I feel very, very optimistic that we will be victorious in February.
Craig Wall.
Thank you for that. There's a gentleman named Pat Quinn.
Stretching out the clock.
He was the lieutenant governor. I just interviewed him about 3 weeks ago. He's running for mayor too. That's a heavy meter.
That's his God-given right.
Craig Gall, ABC7.
Mayor, if I can ask a question for my colleague Sarah Schulte, who is over at CPS right now. Where do you stand on revoking the charters for the urban prep schools?
Well, I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about that because that matter is pending before the Board of Education, and I think that's probably where they are. I know that the executive team at CPS has worked feverishly, really beginning last spring, to address the range of issues that were brought to their attention by the Inspector General. And the most important thing that I think we need to be focused on is making sure that the children in those schools are fully supported. That is the most important thing. But I'm not going to go into further detail because that is properly a matter that's before the Chicago Board of Education. But we've got to be focused on supporting those young men that go to those various campuses and making sure that they've got a rich, nurturing, and safe learning environment.
Mackenzie Bloomberg.
Can I just follow up? I was asking for my colleagues. So this would be my question, Mayor. After what happened over the weekend with the street takeover, with the shootings, it's escalated for the first time to that kind of violence. Does the city need to rethink the strategy to maybe go more aggressively after these vehicles there, block them in, take them at the scene?
Well, it's a delicate balance because the people that are engaged in that kind of reckless behavior clearly don't have any regard for their own safety of people that maybe say that before from this those people responsible.
Of your budget today called for more transparency on your violence prevention strategy. I was wondering if you could talk about where exactly in the budget that $100 million in additional public safety spending appears, and answer concerns that were raised by alders in the budget meeting last Friday about overtime spending and police department's ability to curb crime given vacancies.
Well, you've asked probably 5 questions there, so I'll answer one. How's that? Stick with the rules. There's no lack of transparency around our budget.
She says no, there's not.
Public safety as a city not viewing the police department as a force for good. It delegitimized them. It failed miserably. What it led to is mass incarceration. What it led to is communities not miserably. What it led to is not being safer. What it led to is understand that if we really want to bring lasting peace to neighborhoods all over our city, our way out of the problem, we've got to invest our way out of the problem, and that's precisely what we are doing. And those investments are abundantly clear. They were clear in the budget last year. They're clear in the budget this year.
John Streetsbach.
Yes. Chairman Dowell also reminded me, and it's updated on a daily basis. You can find out in any given neighborhood what the circumstances are regarding violent crime and other kinds of crime in our city. So I think we've got a long way in making sure that we are using the hard and the soft power to bring lasting peace, work more in conjunction with communities, and the progress shows. We're down 16% year over year, and homicide 50%.
CTA issues. Last month, he didn't turn up for a hearing about unreliable service CTA issues. Doorbell card issues recently are well documented. Last December, Dorvell Carter, the president, got a 33% raise. Dorvell Carter has a history of not showing up for city council hearings on CTA issues. Last month, he didn't turn up for a hearing about unreliable service, which really upset some aldermen. Just now, Alderman Vasquez introduced an ordinance that would have required quarterly meetings on CTA service, with the president required to show up if necessary, if aldermen deem that necessary. A couple of your allies, a couple of aldermen, sent that to the Rules Committee where legislation traditionally goes to die. What would you say to people who would ask, was this done, was the blocking of Alderman Vasquez's ordinance blocked because you would prefer to keep oversight of the CTA and not have aldermen have more say in how the agency operates?
I would say that's a ridiculous suggestion, frankly. Transportation is absolutely critical in our city. The CTA, like almost every single organization that I'm aware of, has significant challenges in hiring and filling vacancies. Yes, of course, there needs to be more, I think, communication across the board, not just with members of the city. And just got to make sure that the community.
Alice Tribune.
Hi, Mayor. What do you in general think about the idea of City Council getting the power to establish zones with tobacco retail license moratoriums, as Alderman
particularly when it comes to that fit each community, and each community is trying to figure out the best solution, not only for him but for the city.
Greg Pratt, Tribune.
Good afternoon, Mayor. So there is an ongoing dispute between Local 150 and a whole host of other unions over the Cranes ordinance. You know, the Local 150 wants to change the threshold for licensing. The other unions oppose that. They think it's a power grab by the union. This is something that the City Council is going to have to figure out. But where do you stand on that issue?
I think it's something that the City Council is going to have to figure out.
So you got to understand what he was doing right there is trying to drive a wedge between her and labor, the 800-pound gorilla that's happening right now.
That were incurred as the suit was pending, that were incurred duty or on call. This week, a federal judge ruled in the city's favor as part of a lawsuit brought by about 100 or so SWAT officers who alleged they weren't being paid while being on duty, or on call rather. As part of the judge's ruling, he also ordered those 100 or so officers to each pay $185 to the city to cover the city's legal fees that were incurred as the suit was pending.
Measure today that would change the way both the mayor, the city clerk, and the city treasurer get pay raises, capping them annually at 5%. Why the change there, and why is that a good use of city funds?
Well, to be clear, the ordinance that was introduced today would put the mayor, the city treasurer, and
the mayor asked to give herself a 5% raise every year.
Clerk in line with,
and really what she's doing is doing it for so that she doesn't want to see Anna Valencia or or Melissa Conyers Irvin go against her, right? And so what she does is, can you imagine the mayor running and the clerk and the treasurer being against her, a black woman and a Latino woman? So what she's doing is running up the hill by asking for the raise for herself and then giving it to them as well as kind of her. In this press conference, what I want y'all to understand is, do y'all remember when I told y'all there was going to be a fire sale in City Council? Do y'all remember when I said, as the mayor gets closer to time, as the mayor gets closer to election and his money and things start to run out, she's going to start trying to use city government to cover her debts. And that is essentially what is happening. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Let's take a quick break. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I'm just curious what you thought about when you heard the mayor in the press conferences. I also got to say, my call is to all of the new black media. No shade to the old black media that does it the way that they do it. They on the stage. They doing it the old school. But it's like, real talk, I think black media has a center of gravity already. The fact of the matter is they just want to ignore it. And so what the old black media does is give you the opportunity to say you did it without really doing it, without really having to answer the questions. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this message.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:55 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is an hour. Outbound is 30 minutes on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 56 minutes, 42 minutes back out to Deerfield. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour 5, 41 minutes back out to Thorndale, while the Stevenson is 1 hour from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 37 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 39 minutes, 34 minutes to I-80. Or the Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, south will be 13 minutes, and north Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8, but Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 18. Reese the Ruler, back to the Mays Jackson Show.
Baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flight from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Woo, still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah, I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah, to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna throw back.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the Ruler, in the building. And I gotta be honest with y'all, yo. If the premise is get the money and vote for somebody else, that's fine. But Riis. Hold on. I'm sorry, I was doing. I can't find it. But the challenge that I have, Riis, with this whole thing is that the mayor has had the opportunity. Okay, here we go. All right, let me read this article to you. We all right? We got anybody online? All right, let me read this article to you. It's May 19th, the day before Mayor Lori E. Lightfoot's midterm anniversary in office, and each one of her press rooms on the 5th floor of City Hall are filled with journalists of color. Dang. Two of the mayor's staffers, Victor Owoye and Katie Lafergie, were impressed with my new Brandon Blackwood End Systemic Racism tote. When Mayor Lightfoot entered the room, she was impressed by my Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG dark mocha sneakers, and I couldn't hide my delight to see her in a well-fitting and cute suit. Lightfoot's suit choices have been a running joke on Black Twitter, and although I'm a critic of the mayor's politics, I had to let her know that her suit was giving what it was supposed to give. Back in 2016, Lightfoot presided over a monthly Chicago Police Board hearing, and I disrupted as a youth protester, demanding that the board hold accountable CPD Dante Servant accountable for the 2012 murder of 22-year-old Rakia Boyd in North Lawndale. I was co-organizing the budding Black youth-led prison abolition movement with the Let Us Breathe Collective, Black Youth Project 100, Asada's Daughters, and Black Lives Matter, Chicago's Justice for Families Working Group. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the same room with Lightfoot, but she didn't seem to remember. At least, if she did, she didn't let on. I'm a revolutionary. I'm the granddaughter of a Mississippi sharecropper turned West Side Queenpin and the daughter of formerly incarcerated parents. My people are still fighting for their lives and freedom inside Illinois federal prisons and Cook County Jail. My people are organizing to defund police, fighting for no cop academies and police-free schools. My people are still fighting for justice for Boyd, Laquan McDonald, Ronald Running Man Johnson, Pierre Laurie, Adam Toledo, and the growing list of black and brown families who've lost loved ones at the hands of Chicago police officers. I know where you're going to go with the black and brown. So I'm going to skip. I'd hope that our first black woman mayor, okay, let me back up. All right, here we go. Borrowing from one black feminist organizer I admire and respect, Ella Baker, early in the interview, I asked Lightfoot, who are your people? Who are you accountable to in this world before and beyond Chicago's mayor? Lightfoot has worked with two anti-black Chicago mayors, Richard M. Daley and Rahm Emanuel, that black community leaders have been organizing against for decades. When I was a kid and I was really into my 20s, my mother would always say to me, don't forget you're Ann Lightfoot's daughter. When I was a kid, what I thought that meant was don't go out there and act the fool and embarrass me, she said. But who am I accountable to? I'm accountable to my heritage. I'm accountable to the sacrifice that my parents made to put me in a position that I could succeed beyond their wildest expectations and dreams for themselves. I'm accountable to the people who elected me and who wanted to see something different. I'd hoped our first black woman mayor would have mentioned the black and brown Chicagoans who have been subjected to redlining and government-sanctioned anti-blackness, and how those issues shaped the lives of many black people whose families migrated from the South, only to discover that there was no refuge from racial violence here either. Since the Great Migration, many black Chicago families have continued to struggle with housing and job discrimination, school segregation, fascist police. Lori Lightfoot doesn't come from the same world that many black Chicagoans like me did. She grew up in the small town of Massillon, Ohio, 50 miles south of Cleveland. She was raised in a predominantly white community, attending well-resourced, predominantly white schools throughout her life. When she was class president in high school, one of her biggest issues was bland cafeteria food. In 2019, Lightfoot told WTTW that felt that most black during her 3 years in Hyde Park as a student at the University of Chicago Law School. I'm from out west and not many black people I know can relate to that. I wanted to know more about which black community spaces she frequents on the south and west sides. If you follow black and brown businesses across the city on social media, what you're going to see is that a trail of where I've been, Lightfoot said, without naming a single black business on the west side and pausing before naming one south side business. I bet that was Brown Sugar Bakery. I make sure that I'm dining in black-owned restaurants, whether it's Pearls in Brownsville or a nice little ice cream shop that's opened up nearby. That would be what's our dang nabbit, I can't think of it now. But you know, 47th. Yeah, you do. Sean Michelle's. Of course, I go to the West Side haunts as well. I came to the interview wanting to get to the nitty-gritty. Our national news outlets, Lightfoot has presented herself as a truly progressive black queer woman mayor, but I specifically want to know about her understanding of black liberation movements and the demands within them. When I asked her which black Chicago liberation struggle resonated the most with her, she didn't mention any of the black queer-led movements to end criminalization like the black LGBTQIA people and dismantle systems that perpetuate institutional racism and intersectional oppression. Instead, she told me about her brother Brian Lightfoot's stint in federal prison for possession and intent to distribute crack cocaine. You mentioned, for example, formerly incarcerated individuals. That's something that's important to me because of my personal to me. Let me get to the bottom of this. Okay. The Invest Southwest part of the conversation didn't last too long. We were only given 15 minutes to do the interview, and by this point, we had managed to stretch the conversation to 30 minutes, despite our press team rushing to wrap us up. Afterwards, I left City Hall thinking that having a mayor who isn't afraid to have a pro-black journalist nice day is nice, but having one who implements pro-black policies that we could benefit from every day would be better. Today, black and brown youth organizers are protesting Mayor Lightfoot's midterm anniversary near her home in Logan Square. The tribe will be there, and anyone interested in joining the tribe and building a revolutionary agenda for black Chicago should be there too. Now, I don't 100% always agree with the tribe, but if our young people, if that was the assessment that they got 2 years ago, and we still got nothing, and now it's 4 months before the election. I just implore us not to be trying to get our center of gravity with this mayor. Does that make sense? Like, she's shown us on every single time. Look, in the midst of telling us what she's going to do, she just got through crossing out Sophia King and told the Latino guy not to listen to the black woman. You ain't got to listen to her. And by default, anybody else black. Because if you can't listen to the chair of the committee, then you certainly ain't listening. You certainly ain't listening to nobody else. Man, Riis, I don't know. This is the Mays Jackson Show. Anybody got any calls, thoughts, questions, concerns? That was kind of crazy. What's the matter? I'm going to tell y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. What you doing? What? What happened?
No, I was checking the sign. I didn't know if it was a no park. I think I saw Thursday.
It is, but you got up and walk down. I'm about to close the show, and you just get up off the show and walk out the door.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't no car out there. You know what I'm saying? It was past 9, so I wanted you to like run out there. You know what I'm saying? In case I wanted to make sure it was good, like your car was good.
Right.
You know
so I would have better closed it and then went. But look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I shared a lot today. I probably won't break some more of it down, but it is the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back tomorrow to have some more conversation. But I don't know, man. I think the mayor has really shown us on numerous occasions, and I just don't want us to be at the pank. I don't want to be the old people at the pank. I just don't. I don't want to be the old people at the pank. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show. Every single day, we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mary said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, crack jokes. Government invested black